So students, today we will start the new topic and the name of the topic is Origin of Life and the same chapter Heredity and Evolution. The most fascinating question that comes in the mind of every human being is when, how, and from where life came in this universe. Several theories have been offered to explain this question from time to time. And the first theory which has been given is Big Bang theory. This theory implies there were small molecules in Earth around 13.4 billion years ago. They started expanding because the atmosphere of the time helped them to expand. Why? Because there were no oxygen in that time in the atmosphere. As they expanded, first they formed stars and then last first primitive cell has formed. It means these molecules they start coming together and making big atoms or structures. And when they are coming together slowly at a time, they have made one primitive cell. It means the first cell has made. But the most plausible scientific explanation was given by A.I. O'Brien and J.B.S. Haldane. These two were the famous scientists. According to them, life appeared in this universe about 4,200 to 4,600 million years ago. According to them, the atmosphere of the early Earth consisted of gaseous atmosphere. It was in the form of atoms of hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen. It means these three atoms were present in the atmosphere. These associate to form stable molecules because of very high temperature of our planet. Because that time the temperature was very high. So these atoms came together and made stable molecules with them. Here I have made one flowchart. With the help of this flowchart, we will study about formation of different molecules in Earth. When the surface of the Earth cools down, then the atoms of hydrogen, carbons, and nitrogen they come together and started combining, and they have made some stable inorganic molecules like hydrogen and oxygen combined to form water, carbon combined with oxygen resulting in the formation of carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide, nitrogen combined with hydrogen resulting in the formation of ammonia, and similarly hydrogen cyanide was formed by the association of atoms of hydrogen, carbon and nitrogen. However, there was no molecular oxygen or free oxygen in the early atmosphere of Earth. That is why this combination or the combining of atoms possible in the early Earth. Otherwise, if in that time oxygen is present, then the combining of that atoms will not be possible. That oxygen is having one quality to break down everything, and these are combining. So if the oxygen was present, then the combination is not possible. The oxygen will break down these all the molecules and the combination will not be possible. So the next one is formation of organic molecules. The next step is when complexity was the formation of simple organic molecules by the interaction of inorganic molecules. They included amino acids, sugar, fatty acids, glycerol, and organic bases. The ultraviolet rays, gamma rays, and other cosmic radiations, together with the lightning, constituted a powerful source of energy for the interaction of molecules. So it means when the organic molecules form, then with these organic molecules, slowly organic molecules form. So these were the raw materials to make organic molecules. Now the next one is complex organic molecules. Complex organic molecules like amino acids. Amino acids, they will form proteins. We know that amino acids are able to frame protein. So amino acid form protein. Sugars, they made polysaccharides. Fatty acids and glycerols, when they combine together, they made lipids. So like this, different type of inorganic molecules and organic molecules they have made in the early earth. Now after the formation of organic molecules, the formation of coagulates happened in the early earth. The complex organic molecules started forming some colloidal aggregates called coagulates. These were the mixture of several types of organic molecules. They got enclosed by the covering of lipid molecules around. According to the Operin, coagulates were the living molecules which gave rise to cell. It means according to Operin, that is the step where we can say that life started and we have got one primitive cell. But here in this situation, that cell is not able to multiplicate. But the first cell we got, and the name of that cell is coagulates. So in the last slide, we have seen that first primitive cell has made, and the first primitive cell's name is coagulates. But that time we didn't know that that primitive cell is having life or not. So we have to study the next step for it. And the next step is formation of eubionts or protobionts, the first primitive living systems. At this stage, an important organic molecule, which is known as DNA, made its appearance in the coagulates. It began to exercise control on the structure and multiplication of coagulates. It means coagulates are now able to make the same type of coagulates, or they can reproduce, they can produce the similar type of coagulates. So DNA has given coagulates a power to replicate, multiplicate. That living and controlled system was called protocell or primitive cells. So now the coagulate is having power to multiplicate, and now the uh, living life, the life has begun. Now I will explain you an experiment which was conducted by Stanley L. Miller and Harold C. Urey in 1953. How did these organic molecules arise? It was explained by the experiment conducted by these two scientists. They assembled an atmosphere similar to that thought to exist on early Earth. This had molecules like ammonia, methane, hydrogen, sulfide, and water, but no oxygen. This was maintained at a temperature just below 100 degrees Celsius. Sparks were passed through the mixture of gases to simulate lightning. At the end of a week, 15% of the carbon from methane had been converted to simple compounds of carbon, including amino acids which make up protein molecules. So, can life arise afresh on Earth even now? The simple organic molecules in turns combine with each other in various ways and produce complex organic molecules. So like this the process begins. Hence this experiment solved the mystery which actually we were reading, but by this experiment we have proved that that was happen in the early Earth. So that's all for today's class. You can go through it and then we will meet for the next class.